Hi, my name is Nariba Shepherd.
And I'm just known as Graham.
And this is Terms of Service.
Good evening,
Showing
good morning,
up.
and
Good morning.
to some, good night. Absolutely.
Oh, fair.
Exactly. You know, I'm doing the thing.
You're trying to make it global.
I'm trying to make it global, you know? We
Mr.
are
Worldwide, if you will.
Thank you. No, but thank you so very much. Nariba, how are you?
I'm doing really great. I'm excited to be outside in the wild. Well, we're not outside in the wild, but we're not at BB this time.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a field trip.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is a very nice field trip.
It is a wonderful field trip.
I wish everyone could be here. There are pink flowers on the walls.
And where are we?
I was going to ask you to tell us where we are.
Okay. Well, we're at Perilla, and we're
Nice.
extremely excited to be here. So thank you so very much to Perilla for hosting this necessary conversation. And also, we're really going to get into it.
Yes.
And
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I mean, we're gonna do our thing, and it's gonna be beautiful.
Okie dokie.
So,
How are you doing, though?
I'm well.
Just a quick check-in.
I'm excited. I don't know. I feel very lively today.
I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
the pink flowers.
I mean, it's a pink flowers. It's the energy. It's the guest. It's the
guests.
space. It's all of the things.
All right.
So, speaking about our guests, hi,
Come on in,
Margaret.
guys. Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Justin. Oh my gosh. I'm well, thank you.
Great.
Very
great.
excited.
Okay, wonderful. Well, how excited are you? Because I feel like it's timid. So,
It's like infectious, though.
yeah.
Like if you could be here and see it in real life, except you can
Except
because
you
it's
can.
being
Except you
recorded.
can.
Can I look at the
Absolutely.
camera?
Sure.
Wait, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah, we were trying to keep those details very, very mum.
Oh,
Okay, you know,
oops.
very, very quiet.
Okay.
But, you know, yes, that is
Ordinarily,
happening.
there'd be an ants and pants dance happening.
But we can't.
I'm not.
Jimmy too much.
No, we
I'm
we
not
cannot. We can only move within reason.
Yes.
So, welcome. Hello. Vinod.
Yes, I'm here too.
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. We're so excited to have you both here. And, I mean, as per tradition,
We're going to start with your signs.
Yes.
Your astrological signs.
yes. Beginning
wanna
with
go-
you, Margaret.
Yes.
Okay. Taurus. Birthday, May 9th.
I love a Taurus.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
It's okay.
you're fine.
You're fine.
I was just like that. I was like, that energy is what
I
is
mean,
what we're
I feel
looking
like
for.
I just
so yes.
love earth signs in general
Yeah.
because y'all are grounded. And I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Like personally. So I,
mean,
respect that.
That's
yeah.
fair. That's fair.
How do you feel about being a Taurus?
I've been a Taurus all my life.
Fair enough.
I was like, I
has
don't
been
think we've
working
ever
for you?
gotten that response like
don't-
that, though.
Like,
What do you mean?
No, it's just like, I've been it my entire life, so I don't know what it's like to be anything else.
Fair enough.
And I think that's beautiful. So, yes.
And
Vinod.
for you, sir?
I'm a Libra.
See, this is
Someone.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
why you talk with your hands so much.
Maybe yes.
The drama.
I mean, it's
You like
expressive.
collect it from the air around you, and you don't even want it to be like bad drama. You just like the energy.
I can be here or I can be there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sounds very ethereal. And I'm here for it. Absolutely. So, as we're going to get into it, you both represent an absolute wonder, in my opinion, in the culinary landscape here in Chicago.
For sure.
I am not going to intro it because I feel like you both can do such a better job than I ever could. So if you could tell us exactly what are you doing out here?
And also your relationship.
Yes.
I should. Okay.
You know?
I think we should start with the relationship.
There we
There we
go.
go. Yeah.
Because that's the direct. That's what created our concept. So
Amazing.
Vinod and I, we are married. We met 20 years ago,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
and in January,
Your relationship could almost drink Yeah.
That literally took me a moment. I was just like, what? I was like, okay, yeah, well played.
Yeah,
Well played. Yeah.
Wow. Yes. You can almost drink.
Yes. We're
Of
drinking
those-
Today, though.
Yes,
Just
we are.
so you
Of those
know.
20 years, we've been in January. We will have been married for 18 years, and when
Wonderful.
which just blows my mind. So when we were dating, Vinod is from a beautiful state in India called Kerala, southwest coastal state. Vinod is an excellent home cook. And when we were
Amazing.
dating,
That's always nice.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to say we dated long distance for 1 year. And so in
So
that
you didn't
1
even
year,
know that what you were missing out on.
no, just like in those very short snippets of visiting each other in that
Right.
1 year of dating long distance, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy can cook.
Yes.
And this cuisine is nothing I've ever had before in my life. And
All right.
Fire.
So was it a scam? Were you running a scam?
No, I was living in a small town in Connecticut, and so I couldn't get a lot of things. So I had to like drive all the way to New Jersey to buy my stuff.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but it was not a scam. I made her an egg curry, which is still on our menu, but she took that and made it into something so much more beautiful. And,
Oh.
Swoon.
and I made a crab masala.
yeah, and you made like this fancy like seafood, like eggplant, all these things, but it was this beautiful, homey, earthy, simple boiled egg curry that like literally got me.
I was gonna say,
And
like,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
how do you, like, no pun intended, but marry the flavors? Like,
I see what
was
you
gonna
did there.
ask.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying
But
to.
you did. It's fine. It's
But,
good.
like,
It's good.
I don't know. Can you explain a little bit more about like the flavors or the styles of like curries and like spices that come from that state?
Yeah, definitely. One of the things is like when we say Indian food, it feels so bad to me most of the time because we never say European food. Like you cross over every state in India, the cuisine just vastly changes. So,
Yeah.
and the state where I'm from, Kerala, the cuisine is so tropical. We every person eats like half a coconut a day. It's
Yes.
just so much coconut.
Yes.
Yeah.
And black pepper and cardamom originated there, so we have so many aromatic spices. And so I feel like, yes, there are a lot of commonalities in Indian cuisine, but we're so much more tropical compared to the rest of India.
Well, I'm like of West Indian descent, but that's a completely different style of curry. But so I was interested in seeing like if it's more similar to your style of curry than not, because we're so tropical as well. I was wondering, like, could that possibly be part of the like overlap in the spice trade, where the style of West Indian curry that we have came from? Because it does not taste like traditional East Indian curries.
I bet there's a lot of commonalities. Like we were talking to someone from Puerto Rico, and it's like we love plantains, we love coconuts. Like there's so much common ingredients that we use.
Worldly.
No, absolutely. So, I mean, I don't know much about curry, so I'm just sitting here and taking it all in. I'm just like, it sounds lovely to me.
Yeah.
So, continue.
No, I was just going to say one thing I really love about Kerala cuisine. So I am Korean American and I am a rice lover from day zero.
Yes.
And that is the same case in Kerala. Like different varieties of rice, like matcha brown rice. You typically hear about basmati rice.
Yeah.
But like there's something called sona masuri rice.
Okay.
It's
Can you
cuter.
explain it? It's cuter. Is it like is it a short grain?
It's literally a short
Yes.
grain, cuter rice. But we use that, we soak it, and then we grind it to a paste. And we use that and we ferment this rice with coconut milk to make these beautiful rice coconut crepes.
Oh,
So it's cute, fluffy in the middle, beautiful lacy on the edges, and it's called appam. And that's literally like what got our food stall going when we opened in 2019. Like, we were open for 10 months, and like, we would sometimes fight over, I want to make the appam. He wants to make it. And
Was it a snacking thing?
well, it was on our regular menu. We had a short and sweet menu. We only had 4 dishes, curries with rice or appam.
And
We had 2 sides. We had our Kerala fried chicken, really small fried chicken bites, and then 2 drinks. It was a really short and sweet menu, but like the appam, it's like this beautiful ricey thing. It's like
Amazing.
I want to know more about her.
Oh, but then also, I would love to introduce the name of your concept.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Because I feel like
We're just around
Yes.
it, like
Yeah.
grazing around it the entire time.
yes.
yes. So our restaurant, soon to be, is called Thatu. Our new tagline is that it's comfort food from India's
Spice Garden.
Spice Garden.
Yes.
It's so new. We just made our new business cards last night.
Yeah.
You're like, it's so fresh on the mind. You're like, let me pull out the business card just so I can make sure that it's consistent.
But ultimately, comfort food from this beautiful part of Kerala.
And it's delicious because how we met was, what was that, last year?
Yes.
Through Jennifer Kim and,
Yes.
Alt Economy
Yes,
and
love her.
all of that. And shout out to Jennifer Kim.
Always.
Always and forever. And just your philosophy of cuisine is just, it's beautiful. Absolutely. And I'm just like, I just can't wait to get into it because I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but you have touched upon the fact that you're opening up a brick and mortar, so congratulations. From food stall to brick and mortar, you've also been doing pop-ups around the city for quite a bit of time, right?
Yes, we have been living the pirate life.
I was going to ask, like, what does... Well, I wanted to take it back a little bit before we dive in too hard. But you also, like, weren't always working in kitchens.
Correct.
So before this, like, what did you do before you started this?
So something completely different. That's for sure. I was, believe it or not, I got my undergrad in statistics. 20 plus years ago.
Listen, you don't even want to know about me in my statistics class in college. RIP to that class. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
But someone has to do it, and you did it.
I did it.
I do not know them out here, statistics, but shout out to you.
Yeah.
It was a great start. It got me into the financial services industry. I was in corporate for 12 plus years. So financial services, credit bureaus. I was a data junkie.
Oh my goodness.
Then I continued to play with data, with pharmaceutical data,
Oh, wow.
and then marketing data. And then my commute was 3 hours and I had to get downtown as soon as possible.
Oh no.
So then I took the closest and the first job I got downtown at a
Right.
small marketing boutique firm.
Great.
And sadly, it was not a good fit. It was the best freaking commute of my life. A 10-minute walk.
Right.
But it was the best blessing in disguise to get fired from my last corporate job.
Because then it gave you
It,
the chance to do something else.
exactly. And it literally forced me to be like, what am I doing with my life? And
Right.
up until that day, even when I was like jumping from like corporate job, it's like, is it me? Is it the industry? Like, so that's why I literally kept jumping around. And Vinod's like, just keep
Trying to find the right fit. Yeah.
Right. Vinod being the ultimate like rock in all the best ways. Like, just keep trying. Do your thing, girl. So, yeah, I got fired from my last office job. And it took a year to like literally figure out what the heck I was going to do.
Sometimes you just gotta like take that break when you feel the burnout. And also
Absolutely.
like real time.
Yes.
Because you were trying your hardest to like see where you could fit in.
Yeah.
But all right. And so like what was the natural progression towards cooking?
So I've always been a professional eater since day 3.
Same.
And
Yeah.
I ate a lot. Like up to high school, I was like over 200 pounds. Like,
Okay.
my first retail job was working at Lane Bryant to support like my clothing.
Yes.
So I loved
That's
to
fair.
eat before I even ever started cooking. Which it kind of blows my mind because just going back in time, like I really started cooking like 7-8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
No, that's real
Yeah.
though. Because was he cooking mostly this entire time?
I'm gonna say yes.
Fair.
And I do love cooking. It's just, I don't like to cook in huge quantities, so I leave that to Margaret.
See, I'm the opposite of that. I still am learning how to cook for like 2 people at a time.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I have a very difficult time just cooking for one because I'm just like, well, you got to use all the things because I'm never home and it's going to go bad. But then
I
the
was gonna say
leftovers
meal
go
prep.
bad anyway. So
I was gonna say you should just like do your meal prep.
I know I don't have the discipline for that. I don't.
That's
I
fair.
try.
Neither do I.
I tried. Like, because once I was just like, well, I'm just gonna make myself a damn sandwich, okay, and just keep it moving.
Do you have the fixins to make a sandwich?
I had to go out and get them. Thank you so very much. But I mean, eventually,
It's because he's just always working. No shade, but
Always,
your
you know.
fridge has to live for your standards. Yeah, it can't be the other way around.
no, it cannot. I mean, it is what it is. So, but Vinod, like, were you always cooking?
It was more out of necessity because I came to the US 26 years ago. And at that time, I did not know even how to make tea. It was pretty bad. But I always was very
Like
fascinated.
herbal tea?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
It was bad.
Yeah.
But I was always very fascinated with cooking because I would always follow around my mom in the kitchen. We're not allowed to touch anything in India. The guys are not allowed in the kitchen to do anything. But I was always fascinated. So I got a lot of my mom's recipes and I was like, call my mom. How do I make this? She'll tell me never any proportions. You figure it out.
I still live that life with my mom.
That's just like my mom. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like if you have to measure, if you have to do all of those like very technical things when it comes to ingredients, no. She's
Yeah.
like, it's never gonna taste the way that it should because the little extra is, according to my mom, shout out to Dolores, it's the little bit of extra love that you put in there.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, mom.
Fair.
But as I've gotten older, I'm just like, all right, facts.
Oh, my new scam is having her cook
And you can
when
never have
she's
too much
visiting.
garlic.
Oh,
ever.
never.
So facts on facts.
Yes.
Whenever she comes to visit, I just like ask her to do everything on the scale and I write it down. Mm-hmm. And that's as close as we're getting to measurements in my family.
on a weighing scale?
Yeah, on the weighing
That's
scale. Like,
impressive.
That's how she doesn't like it, but it's worked so far. There's like the most beat up version of this fried bake recipe on our fridge because it's the only way that we can like make that recipe as close to hers as possible.
Yeah.
So it's one little thing I was going to tell. So my mom's recipes, it was so much fun exploring them with Margaret that we found these old diaries with a lot of recipes all the way from 1970s.
What?
So you
wow.
can see the oldest recipes didn't have any measurements. It's just like put this together.
Yeah.
And then as it progresses over the years, she'll have like measurements. So we are actually going to frame a few of those and put it in a restaurant.
As
This will be
you
so
should.
cool.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, and I also want to touch upon something that you had mentioned just a couple minutes ago about not being able to, just be in the kitchen. Because that was similar to my background. It's just like it was a very strict rule when it came to that. And I just wonder, like, how was your experience dealing with it? Because it is cultural.
It's very much cultural. And even today, when you go back to India, you'll see that like you don't really see most of the guys. I think the younger generation is changing quite a bit, but you don't really see guys in the kitchen working at the home. But on the flip side, if you go to a restaurant, you don't see women working in the kitchen in the restaurant. They don't make money cooking. So I feel like it's has to change for sure.
Yeah.
And they need to get the recognition that they are the ones who brought these beautiful dishes to us. And I think a part of what we're doing is also celebration of what my mom and all of them put these beautiful dishes together.
And
It's amazing.
you like also learned a lot of this from her directly, right?
Yes, well, that's how it started. Since we've been going back home for the past 17 plus years, every time I go, like I'm taking videos, pictures, notes of what I can. But
Do you guys go like every year?
at first, we did go pretty often, but the reality is, like more recently, we can't go as often. So that's where it started, and then I would say through phone calls with Vinod and Amma. That's how we say mom. Phone calls and Google messages of like just pictures and what she's creating out there. Like, that's where we get a lot of our help.
Yeah.
And then experimentation.
She is 84 years old, and she still wakes up and cooks us breakfast.
God bless her.
Oh my
bless her.
goodness. I want that energy today.
I'm 36 years old, and stop it. Okay? Like, making breakfast this morning was a struggle, and it was an apple. So, yeah.
At least it was good for you.
This is correct.
Got that fiber.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, when we visit, she is up at like 4 o'clock in the morning already.
Again, God bless her.
I'm like, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
Then she's just cooking up a storm and then feeding her chickens
Yes.
and then watering her beautiful plants. So
I can't wait to have a schedule, you know?
Same.
Like, I'm still trying to create it every day.
I mean,
But, you know, time will engrave a schedule as it goes.
right. But I
you
mean,
know?
that's kind of just the concept of the entire hospitality industry, because if you're not actively working, it feels as if you are working towards the next thing. And I mean, that is where time just starts becoming a bit of a restraint as opposed to a resource. And just talking about that, I am really interested to know just what the next part of your journey is in regards to your concept, because it's not a concept anymore, because it's about to be a brick and mortar.
Brick and mortar, yeah.
We had talked briefly off mic, and then I was like, save it for the mic. So I want to revisit what we both were discussing in regards to your relationship with Guild Row.
yes. So I mentioned our pirate life.
Yeah.
Since our food stall like shut down in COVID, backing that up, we were open for 10 months.
Yes.
We were there 7 days a week, and we were like on track, wanting to like close out the year strong, then go open a brick and mortar. However, things changed. So we took like a 2-month nap, like got our ducks in a row.
Real. Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't have said that
Fair
better
enough.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
the short
absolutely.
version of it.
Yeah. For sure.
And then we started doing pop-ups, and it started off Bridgeport, Kimsky,
Yes.
went as far north as to Evanston for like a CD release party. Shout out to like Supercana and like Logan Square, where we are sitting right now. Perilla, they opened, like all these amazing restaurants opened up their doors. Also, Wazwan in Division.
Yeah.
They have a brick and mortar, and they had just opened like I think maybe less than a year, and all of these wonderful like
community.
Yeah. And some that we didn't even meet yet had like literally opened up their places to us. We're like, oh my God, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally to motivate us to like
Keep it going. And then also once we had that momentum, it's like, okay, let's start our hunt for our future restaurant again.
Right. Well, and also, I mean, that's like obviously it's communal, but also it feels very, it feels like a movement, because it's not just, popping up and then going away and then doing it again. It's just like you are fostering these deeper relationships within this market.
Yeah. And I'm going to say it's because of Jen Kim that I got to meet you and like all of these amazing like blind barber events. It's like, I mean, not everyone has like a home. So like for like to be able to go use the kitchen at like Blind Barber Ace Hotel, I was like, I had never been in a, what was it? PDR. I didn't know what a private...
the PDR kitchen.
I didn't know what a PDR was.
Yeah.
Hello.
See, I feel like I was on the other side of that for so long that when I started doing stuff out of my home, it was hard for me to convert my kitchen life setup into my home, because I always tried to keep them so separate. I didn't want that style of cooking to be what I did at home, but out of necessity, it became that. Do you feel that way a little bit about like home cooking versus like when you're doing pop-up work and you're working from personal spaces? Does it feel different than working in a kitchen per se?
Yes, it
and how
definitely
you
feels
would do that?
How do I say? Homier vibes.
Yeah.
It's like truly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to. I know, what was that last? I mean, we do such like a different variety of events now. Mm-hmm. And there was one event, it's called Onam.
Okay.
And what that is, it's like the Thanksgiving version, the Kerala Thanksgiving. Like, it's a huge vegetarian feast. Mm-hmm. And typically, it's like everyone sits at a very long table, much like the one we're at now. Each person gets a banana leaf.
Okay.
It's a very communal experience.
Yes.
And so, preparing for that event, that was like in a bigger kitchen. It was like, I think it was the first time I kind of felt like my home kitchen and my industrial kitchen, like,
blend. Yes.
Wow.
I don't know. I guess I do miss working in a big kitchen. Everything is so nice and convenient and laid out, but I'm still having a lot of anxiety at the thought of going back to the grind in that way. Like being in a kitchen for so many hours and knowing that, like, for me, it feels like I have to give up a piece of myself every time to, like, I feel like every kitchen I've worked in Chicago is like a Horcrux from Harry Potter. I'm just like dropping bits of my soul, Voldemort style. And I never wanted to get that way or feel that way. So for me, pop-ups are like, I will do it for charity-based things only at this point. Because I don't want anyone to tell me what to do and how to do it. I want to do it solely for me at this point.
Well, and I mean, that's a massive difference, right? It's just like, if you're going to grind something out, if you are going to truly put your heart, soul, and energy into it, then, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for it to just be for you.
Yeah.
And to be able to share that is beautiful. And I just want to take this moment and just kind of cheers to this wonderful conversation that we're having.
Oh, yay.
Because this drink is high octane and delicious. So shout out to our friends at Tanqueray. Thank you so very much. This Negroni, but it's like a white Negroni. And
I love it.
It's literally going to make me say that sound that's been all over TikTok. It's just like a Negroni Spagliato. Because those that know me know that TikTok is about 70% of my personality right now. So,
a Negroni Spagliato.
but that is not what this
Prosecco.
is, though. So let's make that
Literally,
very,
it drives
very
me
clear.
crazy
Yes.
because when I don't know this person's gender,
Fair.
but when they say with Prosecco, my brain explodes because I know that that's what it is. It's with Prosecco
Well,
instead.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, we
gin.
can have a deeper conversation about that entire video.
Yeah, we can.
But
You brought
also,
it up.
I mean, I did because
So-
as soon as I found out that we would be having a riff on a Negroni, that was the first thing that popped in my head, and I was just like, Justin, you have to get rid of this, or
I've just
it'll
been
be a problem.
I've just been out here trying to learn to like gin for like 3 years now. And I took a sip of this preparing to be like, I'll drink it for the day. But like, this is
It's nice.
actually genuinely good.
Yeah.
Okay, I love gin, but I think my biggest learning, I need to get on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Okay. I will help you with that.
You know
okay?
what?
Yes.
But also,
yeah.
I really
Let
feel
me know
like
if you want me to start a whole
You can eat it up.
channel.
Yeah.
you can do this.
I
yeah.
mean, yes, that would be amazing. Oh my God. We'll continue this conversation. Yes. And I mean, half the storage on my phone are TikTok videos. So it's fine. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
Yes.
But yes.
Cheers.
So cheers, but bringing
Bringing it
yes.
back.
Yeah,
Right?
go ahead.
Where was I? Oh my God.
I think you're talking about Guild Row.
So,
Yes.
yeah, that
Yes.
was the whole point. We're living the pirate life.
Yes.
We go and do this beautiful dinner at Guild Row for 80 people.
Amazing.
We had 2 seatings of 40 each with this beautiful sadhya.
Yeah.
And we were just so excited, just doing our prep in this beautiful kitchen and just like being in this new space, the feeling of this brand new community of these folks that we had never met before.
Yeah.
Shout out to Allie because she's here and she was one of those
Molly.
folks from over a year ago.
Yes.
And we're like,
By the way, there are people here,
Oh, yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
yeah.
So, yes. So the people that are here, can you make some noise, please, to prove that you're here? Thank you so very much. Thank you. Yes, I'm just like, we talk about doing these recordings
Every
but, like, there are
time. We're
people.
just like, this is regular, degular, nothing's
Regular.
different.
no big deal.
But I'm just like, we have
It
this
is a big
beautiful
deal.
energy here. So yes,
It
continue.
is, and that's exactly what we felt. Vinod and I both felt this beautiful energy. And Allie and somebody else from Guild Row both asked, hey, would you want to open a restaurant across the street? We're like, what?
But like, maybe though.
Yeah.
So, and even backing up the way we found out about Guild Row and doing that dinner, we had done like a wine tasting not even 2 months prior to that. And one of the folks that was there, who was a member of Guild Row, he referred us. So as we were there
Ah, dang.
doing our dinner at Guild Row, Vinod, do you want to talk about when we first walked the space?
Yeah. First of all, I walked into Guild Row for the first time and I was like, I want to be a member. How do I do this?
It was really cute.
I am not a person who gets excited that quickly. I don't do the ants and pants dance that Margaret does.
I'm
But-
very easy, so I'm
yeah.
here with you.
Yeah. But I was just like so
feel like I'm in the
drawn
middle.
to that place.
Yeah.
It was just like it spoke to me as like this is a very community oriented place. It's not a place where you come to be seen. It's a place where you come to hang out, do your thing. It's everybody's welcome here kind of
Yes.
place. And then we walked across the road and we saw this place is just like, this is way bigger than anything that we wanted, but at the same time, it just feels like home to us. It's just
That's a
it's-
feeling. That's like
yeah.
a knowing feeling.
Yes.
And
Y'all couldn't say no.
we walked away because the first thing was that it was just no,
It's like
it
yeah.
was too big.
Too big.
Too big. And then
Yes.
we kept coming back. We're like, can we do this? Can we do this? And we're like, let's make it happen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It had a
You know.
chokehold on you.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
we also call
Vanessa
that,
Carlton.
wow.
We talked about this.
Wow. Yeah.
They're gonna cut it out, but I'm here for it. I respect it.
I believe we're going to leave in the name. We
Yes!
simply will not sing it because
Okay.
we do not have the license for it.
No, we don't.
But I will say that, and I mentioned it prior, but, what you both have been doing and how I was introduced to you both, it really does feel like a movement out here. And not only is the food delicious, like your energy is absolutely infectious and just, it's
For real, though.
so calming and peaceful, but also just like engaged. And I just like, yeah, I think it's amazing. And I'm so happy that you have found a place to call home and not be so nomadic. But I also think that there's a strength and beauty in that as well, because it shows you how to navigate, you know, the fabric of this industry in the community. Like, that's real. Because it's not easy.
Oh, no.
No.
And like especially like paving your own path and showing people that there are different ways to make it in this industry, and you don't have to like go through the traditional fumbling of like trying to figure out who you are and what you want to do, and
Right.
you had time to do that for yourself without like expending your energy for other people.
Well, and you
necessarily.
also get to resource share as
Yeah.
well. So to Nariba's point about,
Absolutely.
you know, fumbling and, you know, potentially like stumbling during your growth, you have people that you can lean on and be like, how the hell are we supposed to do this? I mean, we talked
yes.
about, you know, not trying to bring the conversation down, but we had talked about dumpsters. You know, like
yes.
off mic, you're just like, we're trying to figure out the garbage situation. And
Real life
I'm like, that's not even
things.
something that I had even thought about.
How to set up a dumpster. Set up service. What do you do?
Right.
So we're like I'm in the middle of starting a new job where I'm working front of house. I'm
Yeah,
learning
Nariba's
the
going
other
through a
side.
transition period right now.
And I had training yesterday, and we were talking about like I'm currently actively missing the bartending training, but I have a makeup tomorrow. But I was
You'll do
talking
great.
to Chef, and he was like, yeah, we haven't even like set up the like see what the full setup of the dinner service line is like, and we have friends and family this weekend.
Right.
And in my mind, I was like, I would have been the kind of like Virgo rising to have the entire thing set up with just like paper slips written of what is going to live there.
Right.
And I just like, it's like people don't know and they don't think about all these little things from the outside of the industry they just think it's magic. And we just like produce this beautiful food effortlessly.
Right.
And I hope that this podcast is single-handedly ruining that for everyone.
Fair.
But like, I understand those conversations.
Nice plug, Nariba.
No worries.
Keeping it
Terms
real.
of Service podcast. I said it this time.
Yes. So I have a follow-up question. So what are some of the struggles that you have experienced throughout your journey so far
Oh, wow. I mean,
that you want to share?
I can share a recent one. This is, in fact, with like a few weeks, or about a month ago. While we were doing most of our pop-ups, just due to the nature, most were pre-sale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I don't want to over prep if like half the people aren't going to show up.
It makes
that sort of
sense.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just made business sense for everybody involved.
Right.
So we started doing a couple of walk-up.
Hi, Thomas.
And in fact, this was a prime example. Thomas, no, real talk. Like last summer, we did our first pop-up after being away for a few months, or like, I don't know, how long was it? We took a break and we came
Time
back.
is an illusion.
But
Time is
basically,
an illusion. Yeah.
It is.
Yes. Yeah.
We were on the patio at Perilla, and it was
Right here, by the way.
right here,
Yes.
and it was mayhem in a good way.
Okay.
However, I was having so much anxiety, of course, and that was the first time we did half pre-sale, half walk-up. Lesson learned: do one or the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Listen, I like that. Keep it simple. Like, I prefer to do what only feels good for me because everything else is a lie.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
yes.
So then let's flip that then.
So we honed it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And so we started doing just pre-sale only.
Yeah.
And we really got that down. And I was able to test a lot of recipes, both Vinod and I and Cindy. Cindy's been with us since day one. Shout out to Cindy Knott.
Yeah.
Love her. And we had been doing pre-sale, and then slowly, like an example, we went to Longman and Eagle. They invited us, and that was like our first mega walk-up. And oh my gosh.
How was it?
It was exhilarating. Is that the word?
Yes.
Right,
I mean,
right,
the adrenaline rush from the anxiety and panic of doing everything perfectly and not selling out of things or like, yeah, no, I get that part.
Yeah, and we sold out. And to back it up, that was my first time doing expo for a walk-up.
Okay. What was
That's
that like?
real.
It was a little too real.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I recently was in conversation with Jen Kim, and one of the things that came up was that, like, when doing expo, typically people react in one of two ways. Either you kind of just, like, freeze up, or something not great can happen. So, like,
50-50.
figure it out, like, manage your energy, basically.
Right.
And I was
Managing-
definitely the freezing one.
I was going to say, is there like a sort of balance that happens here between the two of you? Is it like only one person is allowed to freak out at a time situation? Yes.
I don't think we've ever. It's very rare that both of us have freaked out at the same time. It's
because it's not allowed to happen.
It's not
That's
allowed
like
to
the
happen.
unspoken vow that
Yeah.
y'all actually took.
and
Yes.
One or the other.
even before restaurant life, it is one or the other.
Yeah, for sure.
We have to cover for the other.
See, I feel really confident that I am meant to be like a second in command because I don't want all of the like pressure of being in charge. And I'm really good at being calm in situations where people are generally freaking out. I don't know why. I think it's maybe because I'm super petty and I'm like, I'm not going to let this get to me.
Well, I feel like I freak out internally, but you can
100%
read it on my face.
Of the two of us, like, I know when
So-
Justin's like ready to freak out, and I was like, I got this.
Yeah,
We're in it
perfect.
together.
Yeah.
We're gonna like, what do you need?
But see,
Be there.
I don't communicate when it's like that. I
No.
just get very, very
Yes.
quiet.
Same. I
it's like-
freeze.
yeah, it's just like if I'm not speaking, it is because I'm trying to maintain positivity. I'm trying
That
to
is a
just
big Aquarius
keep
energy.
the thing going.
Yeah.
And
And then
yeah.
afterwards, you're gonna be like private meetings with myself and my feelings.
Right, and then
go from there.
And then I'll have my moment. I'll have my moment and be like, you know what, you did it. But also take the acknowledgement to where you didn't do it alone, and that is where I feel like the sweet spot is, because you have to acknowledge those that help your elevation and your overall ascension. Like it can't just be you, because that's just not sustainable at all.
No, not at all.
And something that I also want to speak out about, or get your input, is your experience in these different spaces, because the minority experience is very different than the, let's just call it like it is, the white experience, right? And so how has that been? I mean, have there been any challenges or no? And we don't have to talk about anyone specifically. It's just, I would not feel comfortable not bringing up the topic.
The
because-
amount of diversity here today is
Yeah, and I
pretty
mean,
great.
diversity always seems to be a buzz terminology as opposed to like a real thing that people seem to be committed to. Because you look at the pandemic, right? It's just like, oh, we're all about diversity and inclusion.
Yo, the first
And it's
like
just
year of the pandemic, I was popping. Everyone wanted to do something with me.
Right.
It was crazy.
Right. And so, yeah.
Can,
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that you asked that question. So I came from the corporate world I worked in the corporate world for 25 years.
God damn.
And
Why is
that
it
was
only-
that was really, I mean, I had to fight tooth and nail to climb there. Compared to that, I feel like there is so much more. I know this industry has a lot of struggles. At the same time, there is way much more inclusivity here. We got through the pandemic because of everybody around us.
Beautiful.
People came together and helped. It didn't really matter. So I'm not saying there's problems here. I think it's all relative, and
Yeah.
I feel like we feel privileged because we've been helped.
Yeah.
But no.
How do I
Go
say
ahead.
this?
Yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead.
literally grateful for those who provide opportunities for us.
Yes.
I'm going to say the part where, how do I say this?
Say it how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, we can literally take it out.
Okay. No, like we had nothing to lose when we started our food hall.
Damn right.
Like no one, like we just truly just wanted to do our thing.
Yeah.
And like we did it. We
Yes.
had a kick-ass team. We did our 10 months, 7 days a week. We loved it. We worked like crazy, but like we didn't stop or think about like the whole diversity, but it just so happened that we literally had the whole gamut of people coming to try our food.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like not like
That
industry
is
folks,
fire. It's
like
amazing.
kids coming from the library across the street with reading their library books.
Those
Apparently-
lucky bastards.
Yeah. And then all the way like to like
Respectfully, Narita.
to like a cop.
Sure.
Like such an array of folks. And I think like how do I say this? It was like people from the suburbs would come. I'm
That's that in Illinois, that is a bop. People are traveling from the suburbs.
Yes, that is a bop.
White people?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
yeah. So I guess to the whole thing is like from the folks, both like from a customer base, but then also like those who are reaching out to us and they're like, hey, how's it going during pandemic? When are you opening? We just want to support you. It was just like such a variety of folks. And so like, it's, sorry, I'm like going all
No,
over the
you're
place,
fine.
but I guess
No,
the
you're
point is that
Have you
I-
met
I-
us? That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I was just like, we'll bring you back
I
in.
have
but I
the
mean, we talk
memory
about
of a
it.
goldfish. If it's not for
amazing.
Max
It's
keeping me
amazing.
on track
hey,
sometimes,
Max.
it's
Yes.
over.
Yes.
I think
Sorry.
it also has to do with the fact that it was over the last 2 or 3 years where time kind of went crazy, and I think we were all trying to help each other, and because of a lot of the bad things that were happening around us, people came together and overcompensate, and they're like really pushed to help each other.
Yeah.
I think that maybe because of the time that's been our
Yeah.
experience.
Well, it's interesting because on one of our prior episodes named The Craft of Community with Ursula Seiker.
Oh my
so feel
God.
free
How
to
do you do
run
that?
I mean,
I
it-
feel
it
so
just-
bad. I'm a trash person.
No, it just it lives
God.
upstairs. It lives upstairs. But so we ended up having a really great conversation in regards to what it looked like to build a restaurant during the height of the pandemic. And, you know, shout out to Jeff and Jude's, also RIP to Jeff and Jude's, since it is no longer here, but we have favorable memories. So that is what I will say will sustain us.
Yes.
But the reason why I bring that up is because when you think of the pandemic, I'm really interested to hear if there's any sort of comparisons or just big triumphs looking at it being post-pandemic opening up a restaurant. Because just having that conversation with Ursula on that episode to fast forward to us being in season 3, everything seems to be better, but I don't necessarily always agree with that. I feel like it's simply different.
No, I think
and not as different. But go ahead.
building the place in this last 1 year has been almost a nightmare.
Oh, wow.
I mean, every single time we go through something, it has been delays and delays and delays and delays. It's just, I mean, we were supposed to be open when?
Technically, our
Early
website,
summer?
we first said summer, then we said fall.
Oh no, spring. We started with spring. And now we are like, we're not telling anybody when we're
Listen.
going to open.
No one's judging you.
Yeah, no. I was like, it's a judgment-free zone. We're all good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And
It's just, I feel like besides what everyone's talking about of like supply chain like situations happening, it's also we've just been like actively depressed as a world for the last like 2 years. So I
Right.
feel like it's hard to get anything done these days. That's why I'm like, your mom has it down. Waking up at 4:00 in the morning, you know,
Yeah.
and starting your day then. There's no time to be.
And it's not just
be
supply
slacking.
chain. It's just like we talk about like people quitting, right? In the industry. That's happening in every industry.
Yes.
Right.
I think, since we started, from our architect to our contractor to everybody,
Designer.
everyone has lost.
Damn.
We've lost almost, except for our pillar, who's our project manager, we've lost everybody on the team.
Oh, wow.
I'm
And-
gonna unprofessionally knock on this wood that stays as such.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not us leaving, them leaving us. They left the companies they work for. So
Oh no, I believe
yeah,
that.
so we
Yeah.
have to start off with a new set of people.
Right.
Dang,
Oh,
dang.
thank you.
That's
Wonderful.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. This second beverage is coming out.
ooh.
I had half of an omelet that my boyfriend made for me earlier today. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't know. I mean, are we
Cheers.
choosing to the fact that people were like resigning?
I mean, yes. If people
Okay.
want to leave the places, I'm sorry that this is happening to you. But I think in the pandemic, what it taught us is like, if you're not happy at a place, if they're not meeting you where you need to be, you have every right to leave.
Yes.
Well, and cheers to that, actually, with
Cheers.
this Boulevardier featuring our friends from Johnny Walker, specifically their High Rye. I am so excited because I love me a Boulevardier, and I don't have a
very
TikTok joke around it, so I'm just going to enjoy it. So,
I'm a like rye
fire.
whiskey person
fire.
in
That's a banger.
general.
That's a banger.
Excellent.
Banger.
Oh wait, is
Banger.
it?
Banger.
I'll be the judge of that.
Banger. It's a banger. This is
Yes,
fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just met her.
Yeah. Fire.
You
Fire.
can't stop me.
I just got that. Damn. Shit. But yeah, bada bing, bada boom, Nariva. So, you know, we're coming up on time.
I know.
soon, but
I've
we're
been
not coming up on
fighting it.
time right now.
Yeah.
But it is going to happen. I would love to hear from you both about like why you are so invested in the hospitality community. And it sounds like you have been able to craft your own sense of community within it, but I just want to give you both an opportunity to talk about that.
I think it's twofold. Truly continuing doing what we're doing and sharing our love for Kerala, the cuisine, and all that it inspires us.
Right.
I mean, that's the first part. The second part is finally we have a home. So we want
Yeah.
to literally invite and truly like create that sense of community again. Like
Yeah.
so many folks have done so much for us, and like it's like yes, now's our chance.
That is the hope that like everyone who's starting to do this right now is like doing it differently than the way it has been done
Oh.
before.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so like any ideas you have about how you want to make this a little bit more equitable not only for yourselves, but for the people that will be working for you, as well as the people coming into your space. Like, what ideas are you working with that's outside of that mold?
I can start with the first part. I mean,
Yes.
already we do not plan to implement the tip structure. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's the first part.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I can say that because of back of house life, but I know a lot
As
of people
someone that
who-
represents the front of house life here, I am very, very curious about that. But I'll let you
Yeah.
finish. That will be my follow-up question. Yes, because I think that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's
And-
something that we've been wanting to do from the get-go. I'm sorry.
Amazing. Yeah, no, continue. No, you go.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I was just trying to hype you up.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
No, I mean, when we were in the food
Snaps all the way
stall,
around.
like, shout out to Vinod. He has an accounting background too.
Oh.
So, like, from the get-go,
Necessary.
yes, it's necessary. But from the
Absolutely
get-go, we were
necessary.
always
Yes.
like, day one,
Absolutely.
like making
Very
it equal
aware.
Yes.
and being very aware that
Yeah.
we split the tips like as it should be, like literally down to like your percentage.
Yes.
So sorry, I'll let Vinod talk to the tip part, but I guess to the point is like we want to make it fair, like literally for like both front and back of house.
I like that. I'm here
Yeah,
for
Beautiful.
it.
And
Go
one of the things, we've been watching what's going on in the industry, and I've seen a lot of places have implemented like 20% surcharge, and we also see the customers are not
There's a
feeling.
large restaurant group that is currently facing litigation in regards to the surcharge, but we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
Yes,
I've
it's wild.
really been watching all of that, like, how customers are reacting to that also. And I don't blame the customers at all on that also. But at the same time, leaving the tips and to the customers, I feel like that's not, there is no other industry where that happens. And there's no other place in the world that happens.
I
yes.
know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
And
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yeah.
Carry
Okay.
on. Yep.
Yeah.
So
And some would feel like that is a considerable, mountain to climb
it is.
to share that knowledge and that education because it has been so ingrained
Yeah.
for so long.
So I know that we are taking a huge risk. So our approach is going to be to really hike up the price of our food to make
the
to be able to
appropriate-
pay equitably everybody.
Yes.
And we communicate that very clearly to a customer, saying
Yes.
that we do not expect tips. Our food is more expensive because we are going to pay our people properly.
Well, not only that, but
Beautiful,
like
beautiful,
I feel like
beautiful.
something that regular people don't know is that if something is when we price out a menu and something might be more money than we feel comfortable charging them because we're supposed to meet these percentages, we put other things on the menu to balance out offset that. And people don't know that. So I've always been so interested in an actual business model where you charge the amount of like the cost of what it should actually be, but
Right.
also build into that the cost of actually paying people a livable wage, because not everyone is guaranteed to tip.
Right.
And we cannot live our lives on the kindness of others
No.
only. This is not a Care Bear situation.
Right, but also it's just like, the house seems to always win, but the house has a lot of opinions as to how they want to disperse the generosity of strangers,
Yeah.
which I think is wild.
The house is also rigged the system because the sales tax system has been rigged to support the tipping.
You know what?
Yeah.
He gets
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Just
so we are coming up on time.
Like,
and,
tightly.
Yes. And what I would like to provide to you both is an opportunity to share anything that you would like, whether it's to the industry directly, whether it's consumers and enthusiasts of the industry.
Also,
Um,
plug
you know,
all of your shit
Plug
right
it.
now.
Yes. Yes.
Sure. You can find us on Instagram
Okay.
first at Thatu, THATTU Chicago. And we finally have our website.
Love
Yes.
that.
Well, Thatu, THATTU.com.
Okay. Perfect. Also, what does that mean?
Ooh. First, I'm going to say it means plate, and then Vinod.
Yes.
Yeah. So literally, it means plate in my language. My language is Malayalam, which is the longest single word palindrome in English. Malayalam.
Oh my God.
Malayalam.
Fire. All right.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Okay. I get it. Okay.
Well, I just thought of like a million conspiracy theories, so you're welcome.
So it means, but in my language, it's always used for street food. It's like when I would go to college, like let's go eat at Thatu means like let's go get some street food.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that
So-
a lot.
Yes. And is there anything in addition that you would like to share as we sign off?
Follow our progress.
Yes. You're like,
And
hit that
bring that
follow button
ass
on
to their
Instagram.
place.
You're like, go to our website, do all of the things. And do you have an updated, slated
Not
time?
yet.
Okay.
And that's fine.
Then
Don't let
stay
anyone
tuned.
pressure you to do
Exactly.
anything.
So stay tuned. Yes. So I have to ask you both, how was your time with us?
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. No?
You know what? I'm so comfortable sitting here. This is awesome.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story and, just your perspectives. And, we can't wait to see what you do and also support you as much as we can along the way. And so with that, I just want to give another shout out to our friends here at Perilla.
Yes.
Thomas and Andrew, thank you so very
The
much for
Kimchi
hosting.
boys.
Yes, Kimchi Kids. Yes, for hosting this necessary conversation. Also, shout out to the entire crew for
And-
everything that they
Yes.
are doing. Obviously, again, shout out to you, Nariba,
Shout out
for
to
always
you.
being my ace. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you to Marcus, Max, Dason,
Levi.
Johnny Walker, Tangeray,
Tangeray.
Levi, everyone that is here. And as we sign off, can we
'Cause
just
it's
get
live.
another round of applause because we
we're
are
about to be
live.
done.
There we go. We're about to be
Yes.
done. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. And just honestly, from me, it's conversations like this that help fuel a better industry because you get to hear from people that are living a lifestyle that believe in doing things greater than them while also taking everyone with them. And that is the beauty that I see in all of this. So I thank you both again. On my end, I am Justin Arnett Graham, and you can find me on Instagram at This Is Biko. And do not forget to show us some love in the reviews, wherever you stream your podcast. And also, if you have any questions, any gripes, any suggestions, feel free to reach us at connect@termsofservice.media. Nariba.
Okay, I'm about to be a messy bitch because I wrote this question down and I really, really, really want to ask you this before we sign off.
That was a false sign off now.
Yes. Did you think that your lifelong passion and your lifelong partnership would bring you to where you are today? Not at all. No.
Never in a million years.
And there you have it, y'all. That's my spicy take. My name is Nariba Shepherd. You can find me at Rebaru, REBARU, on Instagram. And we out.
Peace. Whew. All right. Wait. Stop. Wait. Oh my God. You did so good.
Yes. Ready?
Yeah, burn. So hard.
It was fun.
Absolutely.
I think I need to go into the walk-in.
And just like, yep, get it down. I hear that. I understand it. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
I love sitting down and, well, I just like to chat a lot. I feel like it's a very Trinidadian thing of me.
You're from Trinidad.
Did it feel like keep talking?
Thank you.
That was